Hi families, I just wanted to provide a little bit of an update for anyone who may not be aware. So today is Friday, January the 15th, and today is a PA day, and it is a PA day for teachers so that we are able to work on report cards. So report cards don't come out for a little while yet. However, as you can imagine, there's a lot of planning, assessment, evaluation that goes into our reporting. And so it does take quite a bit of time to accurately report and present that information to all of our families on your child's report card. So today is a PA day, so there's no work posted on the Google Classroom. I also wanted to point out for some of you who may not be aware, as of today's date, our return to in-class face-to-face learning has been set by the provincial government for February the 10th. I have to tell you, and I have no inside information, I have no further knowledge or no more knowledge than you do. We do typically find out information when it is conveyed in press releases by our premier, but I do anticipate that there is a very high likelihood or very high possibility that our remote learning could extend beyond that date. My hope is that it won't, because obviously being in the class with your child is quite a different learning situation than having them receive the information via whatever device they're using. But you know what? We have to work with what we have at this point. We have to continue to communicate with each other and just support each other. As I was mentioning to one parent earlier this week in a telephone conversation that I had with them, I said, I know a lot of people will say we're all in this together, we're in the same boat. I understand, I appreciate, and I acknowledge that we are not all in the same boat. We're all in different kind of flotation devices at this point in time. However, we all are in the same body of water, is how I was expressing it to this parent. And we do need to navigate these waters together. None of us has extensive experience in dealing with a pandemic, or at least speaking for myself, I do not. And so what I would ask at this point in time is that I am very aware that we are all in different home situations right now. I understand, I appreciate, and I acknowledge that there is or maybe a limitation with regards to devices, with regards to internet access, with regards to hours of availability and support of adult figures or siblings for the learners in my class at this point. This is why I have been recording instructional videos for each of the assignments. So what I had done was I sent out an email, and I also posted on the Google Classroom asking for your input and feedback with regards to what our families of the learners in this grade 1 class would prefer with regards to the delivery of instruction. And every single response that I received indicated that posted work was preferable based on working hours and availability of support for the child to do their learning. So once the learning was extended, the at-home learning past the date that had initially been announced, I still want and continue to want to do everything I can to support my students, but to also support the families. So in posting instructional videos, my hope is that when throughout the day it is most convenient, less stressful, and the best time possible for you and your child and your family, if you could please log them into our Google Classroom. And again, all of the information that you need is in the front pages. They are tabbed of your child's agenda, all of the login information that they need is there and can be found there. If you could sit your child in front of the device, if you could ensure that they are logged into our Google Classroom, and then you will see the classwork listed for each day. Typically, you will always find a math posting and a language posting. I've also posted our schedule there, so you can follow that loosely, but if you look there, we don't have science every day. We don't have art every day. We don't have social studies every day, but we will have math and language every day. And then we will typically have a third subject. So for all 3 of those postings, moving forward, I started this past Monday, I will always be including an instructional video. So if you press play on that video, I will be showing the worksheets that I attach to the work postings. I will then, word by word, read the instructions. I will go over the questions. There will be a point in time throughout the lesson that I will then, after giving a certain number of examples, ask your child to please stop or pause the video and then complete the remaining questions independently. But for the most part, at least 60% of the work I will do with them in that video, step by step, or I will do all of it with them. What I need for you to do, families, is please allow them access to a device at a time that is convenient for you, within a time frame, of course. And what I mean by that is, specifically when we use today's reporting PA Day as an example, I am going to be using all of the assessment tools that I have gathered up until this point in time. So if, let's say, this past Monday, I believe it was the 11th, if you are doing Monday, January 11th's work and doing it 2 weeks later, there is a very high likelihood that I will not be able to include that in a reporting period that has timeline restrictions for me, if that makes sense. So 1 or 2 days turning in late will not have that much of a negative impact. However, if you are 1 to 2 to 3 weeks behind in the remote learning work that is posted, then that will impact my ability to report on your child's learning. So again, I absolutely want to work with you. I want to accommodate each situation that our families are in, but I do need you to please work with me as well, because the teamwork here is essential in this remote learning situation. So please remember to screenshot your child's work, to attach it to the posting, and then turn in that work. Once that work is turned in, I will look at it, I will review it, I will comment on it, and then I will return it. I do have access to all of the student work submission information, so I can pull up on the Google Classroom and it will show me check marks when assignments have been turned in, okay? It also indicates to me when something has been turned in late. I also wanted to make sure that everyone knows that as I did post and as I did announce on our website, our Google Classroom, attendance, I need to turn that into the office every day by 11 a.m. So please click on the announcement section in our Google Classroom and be sure to comment below with the word present. And I will then mark you present on our attendance, okay? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need you to know at this point. As I mentioned, there may be a good chance that the remote learning extension exceeds the date of February 10th. If it does, I will update you prior to then what our situation will look like with regards to if we're running towards the end of hard copies in our duotangs in a certain unit, okay? I think that's about it. The kids have been doing great on the Google Classroom. Parents, guardians, grandmas, thank you so much for all of the work that you've been doing with them and that you continue to do. I really do appreciate that. Not only does it help the student, but it helps me. And, you know, like I said, we're a team, so it takes a village to raise a child, right? And in closing, I just wanted to remind everyone of two things. Monday through Friday, except for today because of the PA Day, if you look on our Google Classroom, there is a section that says Zoom meetings. Every day, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock p.m., because I wanted to accommodate parents that work through the day and their child wouldn't be able to access meetings in the day. We do have a half an hour social session and read aloud. So we just chat, we say what's going on, we talk to one another, and we do have a nice little group going each night. I would love for as many students as possible to join in on those meetings. And lastly, please note that Monsieur Narcisse, our French teacher, is having his Google Meets, and the link is posted in our classroom every day at 1:10. So if you would like your child to be continuing with their français, their French, that they typically would get every single day of the week in class, face-to-face learning, if you would like that to continue for remote learning, Monsieur is there at 1:10, and his link can be found on our Google Classroom, and that learning is live and synchronous, so the kids can interact with each other in real time. So again, I hope that you are well. I hope that you are coping as best as you can. And again, I just want to reiterate, I want to state again that I appreciate all of the hard work that you are doing from your end of things. And I will continue, you have my word, I will continue doing everything I can to meet the needs of my students, your children. And if there is ever anything I can do to assist you in the moment, in 48 hours from now, if you have a situation wherein you're feeling anxious or stressed out or overwhelmed, please get in contact with me through email, through our Google Classroom, or through Remind. And I will be more than happy to do whatever I can to help you out, okay? So stay safe, stay connected, and keep up the great work. Bye.